It's the 3rd of August, and every tech YouTuber has come out with their review or unboxing of the Google Pixel 4a. And with this official reveal of the latest Pixel, there are now a total of 3 budget phones from big name brands that have come out this year. The iPhone SE, the OnePlus Nord, and now the Google Pixel 4a. In this video, I'll discuss the pros and cons of each one and which one to buy. Without further ado, let's get right into this. Now before deciding over which phone is better than the other, we have to go through the individual comparisons between the different products. Which brings us to the first big budget phone that was released this year, the iPhone SE. One of the most obvious pros is that the phone itself has iOS. This itself guarantees a long usage of the phone since it gets updates and new features for at least 4 years, which is something that one should look for in a budget phone. Most people buying a budget phone want something that works well for cheap, and a phone that could last, which the iPhone SE can accomplish. One of the reasons for why this phone works as well is because of the chip that it houses. This is the next pro of the phone. The SE comes with the A13 chip, which is the latest chip that Apple has released with its flagship phones. This chip enables improvements to the phone that wouldn't need a big hardware change to make a big difference. One of these major improvements comes with the camera, which is the next reason to buy the SE. The camera as a whole is really good for its price range, since it provides stellar video and good enough photos, which includes portraits on both the front-facing and back camera of the phone. Not to mention that the size of the phone is very compact, and the phone itself is very lightweight. Finally, the cons of this phone are simple and short, with the first one being iOS. Now before you go into the comments starting crusade, hear me out. I know I mentioned that iOS itself is a pro, but it can also be a con. First of all, because of how restrictive iOS is, anyone could easily say that the phone and its lack of customizable options is a downfall in general. As well as most updates that occur in iOS don't bring that many features outright. One thing that we got recently was the ability to have widgets on the home screen, while Android has had this for years now. Another con is that the phone's battery will not last you the whole day, no matter what you do. Yes, the A13 chip does try to use less resources, but this still isn't enough to make a drastic change to the battery as a whole, which is why Apple lists the battery to be about the same as the iPhone 8, even though it's capable of much more than the 8. Another con is that the display of the phone is still an LCD, and the overall design is really dated. Other than that, there aren't that many drawbacks to the phone, and it's still a great buy for those who want a phone that works well and don't care about things such as design and customizability. The next phone to talk about is the recently released OnePlus Nord, which I did make a video on, so make sure to go check it out if you haven't already, since that would be a huge help to the channel. With that out of here, let's talk about the pros of the OnePlus Nord. The first noticeable pro of this phone is the big size, which could attract people that like big phones, and its beautiful 6.4-inch AMOLED panel with a 90Hz refresh rate. And it comes with 8GB of RAM with 128GB of storage, which is higher than the amount of storage that comes with the base SE. The battery on this phone will also last you all day, and it comes with a 30W warp charger, which is way better than the 5W charger that Apple sells you with the SE. The design is also very modern, and includes the oh-so infamous hole punch cutout that we've been seeing in the last year now. And the photos that can be shot on this phone are reported to be wonderful and beautiful. This phone is also 5G ready, which isn't common at all for a €399 phone. You might be confused as to why I said euros instead of dollars, which brings me to the first con. This phone isn't currently available to the public in North America, meaning a lot of people don't even get the chance to purchase this phone, unless they import it from another country, or they go to a different country and buy it there. It also doesn't have wireless charging, which is more forgivable since it does come with a 30W charger, but it should still be taken into account. And the last major con of this phone is that it isn't supported as much as the Pixel or the iPhone ever will be. And with that, we approach the most recently revealed phone from Google, the Pixel 4a. So let's quickly get into the cons and pros of the final phone and get right into which one I think you should get. The first pro of this budget phone is that it's undercutting the rest of the market. Both the OnePlus Nord and the iPhone SE come in at $399 in their respective markets, while the Pixel 4a comes in at $349. Price is a key reason for choosing which phone to get, especially when you're looking for a budget phone, and the 4a is already beating the competition in that. Another pro of this amazing device is the great photos this phone can take. Due to Google's brilliant AI and camera technology, the phone is able to take beautiful photos with immense detail. The phone itself comes with a decent battery life and comes with the pure Google experience of Android. It also has a headphone jack, which is a pro for those who don't want to spend more money on wireless headphones or wireless earbuds. Now it's time for the cons of the phone. The display is 60Hz, which becomes a big issue since this isn't iPhone 60Hz, which is a little bit smoother. But the problem with 60Hz on this device is that it actually feels slower than the other 60Hz devices. Simply put, this phone feels off whenever you're using it, and it feels like it lags behind whenever you're using the phone. The last major problem of this phone is that it can't shoot video to save its life, and that's mostly because of the processor that is used, which is the Snapdragon 730G. And that's about it in all honesty. For $350 for a phone, there isn't that much to complain about. So that brings us to the big question. Which budget phone should I buy? And in my eyes, the clear answer is the iPhone SE. This phone is at the heart of what it means to be a budget phone. In the end, this decision came down to how long a phone like this should be supported. And because of how long iPhones are supported, which is almost 3 years more than any Android phone, the SE is my overall choice if you want to save as much money as possible in the long run. The phone provides great video and good photos if you need it for that purpose, as well as a good processor for more demanding tasks, and comes equipped with a very clean and easy to use UI out of the box, making it the most available phone out there. Well, that's going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe, since it really helps out the channel and lets me know if you want to see more of these types of videos. With that being said, everyone, please stay intelligent.